Thanks for visiting the patient and the weather today. I'm meteorologist Al Peterlin, and I'd like to talk about the weather health risk for January 15, 2026, the Ides of January. We do keep a storefront, Patient Weather, on Amazon, and Amazon purchases made through our storefront there support the activities of Patient Weather. We always maintain a separate suite of graphics available at tpatw.com. Looking at the surface map for Thursday, the 15th, it really looks like high pressure is totally dominant across the country, although you can see that low pressure center trying to pull away from Maine. And you can see some new cold air outbreaks trying to break down into the plains. And that should mean another chilly period for especially the eastern half of the country. Looking at our vitality index, which is a measure of all of the individual weather elements that can trigger a health response, and you can see that we have a massive area up and down the plains, actually much of the Mississippi Valley, but then right along the Gulf and up the Atlantic, especially up the Appalachians and east of the Appalachians, another set of unsettled weather. Looking at pressure change, one of the issues that does impact a lot of people, all the way from migraine to arthritis, we have falling pressure right along the coastal area of Oregon. We have falling pressure across Maine. And then we have a significant area of falling pressure from New Mexico, Colorado, down into Texas, across Oklahoma, all the way to North Dakota, and then from northern Missouri across Iowa into Minnesota and Wisconsin. We have rising pressure up here in northern Montana, and we have a large area of rising pressure along the Gulf, Louisiana, all the way across Florida, and then from Georgia clear on up the Appalachians into Maryland and Pennsylvania, taking in portions of Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, and Ohio. Temperature change is pretty reflective of what's happening on the surface map, and you can see warm air still streaming up the plains all the way to Minnesota, but you can see another incursion of cold air coming across Montana and a real chill settling in across the eastern third of the country, Louisiana to Florida, up the Appalachians all the way through Pennsylvania into much of New England. Dew point temperature map, really very reflective of the same thing. You can see the falling dew points here in the east, falling dew points on vapor, and then some rising dew points up the plains, rising dew points up the plains. Looking at POI, which is our measure of oxygen availability, and you'll notice it follows all three of the other significant issues. That is the combination of pressure, temperature, and dew point. But you can see we have a risk of migraine here across Montana into northern Wyoming, a very large area of migraine risk from actually eastern Texas across Louisiana, and extensive all the way through Florida, then back up the Appalachians and east all the way through Kentucky, Tennessee, into Ohio, across West Virginia, Pennsylvania, upstate New York, and in New England all the way up to New Hampshire. We have that risk of asthma and arthritis lingering in Maine, but really the most significant area from eastern New Mexico, eastern Colorado, northern Texas across Oklahoma, all the way to North Dakota, and then from Missouri through Iowa across Minnesota and Wisconsin. Thanks for visiting the patient and the weather. Your comments are appreciated, and if you hurt, let us know where you're located.